family. Hope you guys are having a good day today. I apologize for the shaking here. Got a little bit of shaking going on. I'm on my way to work, and so I wanted to do a live video here today and kind of come to you guys live a little bit more this upcoming year. I want to interact with you guys, with the community. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. If you are subscribed to the channel, I appreciate that. And we've had a good year this year. So what I want to do is I want to go live a little bit, start chatting with you guys a little bit. And I want to go over one of the videos that I've recently done about limiting beliefs. How you doing, Bill? I believe it was Bill. I can't see your last name. I think it's Bill Clinton is what I saw. How you doing, Bill? Good to see you. Thank you for joining the live today. I appreciate that. Wanted to come to you guys live just to talk about a video that I've done prior called Limiting Beliefs. And I wanted to go over that a little bit and just kind of open it up for Q&A with you guys. Again, one of my new things of what I'm trying to go into 2025 with is to do more live sessions, a little bit more Q&A with you guys, developing the community. Because I've noticed a lot of people are subscribed to the channel. You know, they watch the videos, some of the videos come out, but I don't go live to interact as much, and I want to do that, right? I want to be able to answer your questions, and I want to be able to take care of the people who are taking care of me, right? The people who are watching and tuning in to me, and getting some of the content. So with limiting beliefs, right? We talked about this on the video, and I gave one of the stories about limiting beliefs, and I want to share that story again here and just kind of open it up for Q&A for any of you guys who may also have some limiting beliefs that you may be dealing with now, or some beliefs that you used to deal with but you have now overcome. And I want you to let me know too. Let me know, I want to make sure my audio is good. So if you can, I can see the comments as they pop up here while I'm doing the live session. So if you can, let me know in the comments that you can hear me okay as far as the audio, because I don't often use a mic and I want to make sure that my audio goes good for the live session. So let me know, make sure the audio is good, that you can hear me. But as far as my story goes, my personal story of a limiting belief, it brought me back to the time where I was trying to learn how to swim. And I can remember limiting myself on learning how to swim due to my environment and due to my lack of knowledge. Well, for one, I'm from Mississippi. And if you ain't heard yet this twang, you're probably going to get a lot more twang through these live sessions as I go live more often. But I'm from Mississippi, and in the environment of where I'm from, people don't really just have swimming pools like that. We don't have rec centers like that, like some other cities or towns have rec centers and swimming pools and teachers and things like that. Like, we don't have a swim team at my high school. We don't have a rec team at my high school that can teach you how to swim and that can do all of these other things, right? We don't have all of that. And so with that, not a lot of people from the area in which I'm from knows how to swim. Not a lot. And that being said, if you don't kind of teach yourself, or if you don't find someone from the area that actually does know how to swim that can show you, then you're probably not learning unless you go somewhere within the state that actually teaches you how to swim. And usually that's going to be at least an hour. You're going to drive at least an hour for that, depending on where you go in the state of Mississippi. But because of the environment of where I'm from, and us not really swimming or knowing how to swim, and then additionally lack of knowledge, if I'm not in an environment that can teach me, and I also don't really know the mechanics of swimming, then it's very easy for me to place a limiting belief on myself to say I'll never learn. And that basically was the limiting belief for me. I'll never learn how. Never. Never is a strong word. And we use it quite often as people, right? We always say we'll never do a lot of things in life. Some people say they'll never travel outside of the country. Some people say they'll never have X amount of money. Some people say this, some people say that. So for me, I actually learned how to overcome that limiting belief by challenging that belief. And I am one that will always challenge a belief. Just because it's something that has been taught to me or something that I have been surrounded in my environment does not mean it's a reality. And that's kind of what I talk about in the video about limiting beliefs, is that they're not always reality. These beliefs are rooted in assumptions. I assumed that I would never learn how to swim due to other factors, but those other factors are not real. Those are just limitations that I place on myself. Just because I grew up in an environment that doesn't have swimming pools or teachers and things like that doesn't mean I'll never learn. Or just because I grew up without learning how and having access to knowledge. You got to remember, when I was growing up, we didn't have the internet, so you learned what you learned either from school or from encyclopedias or from people, right? We didn't have smartphones and all that. Like, I remember when, like, the Dell computer was just not coming out, and not everybody had a computer, okay? Not everybody had a laptop. Not everybody had all this kind of stuff. So you use what you had in the state of Mississippi. And again, it wasn't like you just had access to that knowledge like that. So I place those limitations on myself. Yeah, I'll never learn how to swim. And then plus, we had a lot of people in my community that they used to play around water. And I don't play about water, man. I don't like to go to parties where you might have a swimming pool like the one that you buy out of Walmart that you can put in your backyard, the big ones, and then people like to play in the water, right? Throw you in the water, throw you under the water, right? Slam you, all this kind of stuff when you're young. That traumatizes kids, man. You don't traumatize kids. Like that adds to the limiting belief even more when you're traumatized. It's like saying people are scared of spiders, and you have a spider and you keep pushing the spider on them, forcing them. Well, hold the spider, hold your hands out, and they're saying no, right? Same. That's kind of how I was around water. Like, I already know how to swim. I've heard many people drown in water. We're not in an environment where even you know how to swim, and yet you want to play in this water and do all of this stuff, and then you want to play with me. No, I wasn't a big fan of that. So that made me not like water even more. Like, people get in water and they play in water even when they don't even understand water safety. Like, and you're going to put my life at risk? No. As a kid, no. That I wasn't a big fan of that as a kid. So I overcame that belief by attending a swim session in college. I actually didn't learn how to swim, or at least a little bit of swimming. I'm not a perfect swimmer by any means, but I know how to move across water. And I know I'm not afraid of the water. I learned a little bit of how to do that in college. They had a swim lesson, 2 days. Me and a buddy of mine went. He didn't know how to swim either. He was African American, and there's the stigma of that as well. A lot of black people don't know how to swim. I'm not gonna say that's true because I can't speak for all black people. I don't know that statistic, but I do know a lot of people in my area of my hometown in the state of Mississippi don't know how to swim. I do know a lot of folks in that area that are older, in my dad's generation and my grandparents' generation, don't know how to swim. I do know that. I can't speak for all black people in general, though, because, again, where I grew up, we didn't. But maybe where you grew up, everybody knew how to swim. So I don't know. But I took that 2 days, In those 2 days, I took it very serious, and I overcame a lot of beliefs by taking that leap of faith, like a literal leap of faith, and jumping in the water. 3 feet water, but I jumped in the water. The guy explained everything well. He gave me the logic and science behind water, about swimming, the whole thing. And then once I jumped, and he started teaching me more, and I got comfortable in that water, and I found myself moving in the water, I couldn't stop swimming at that point. I wanted to get in water at that point because I wanted to never be afraid of water ever again. In case I was ever in water and I felt myself in being in danger, or people want to play in water, or someone else going through fears. I wanted to always be helpful, but then always never go through that again. But overcame a belief of never being able to learn how to swim. So I shared that with you because in this live, I wanted to open it up for you to provide some feedback yourself, right? What was a limiting belief that either you struggle with now or something that you overcame once before? And I know some of you may not be live right now, so if you're watching this video after it posts, leave your observations in the comments, right? Share in the comments, what's something that, was holding you back that wasn't true. Maybe it was something that your environment catered towards you, or maybe it was something that was rooted in your own assumptions based off of lack of knowledge from yourself, or based off of you just never attempting. Some people feel like they'll never have a specific type of job because of them not going to school, when that's not true. Like that's a limiting belief for yourself. You're limiting the type of job you can have because you didn't go to school, when in reality you can have any type of job you want because you can go to school at any time. You get what I'm saying? Like, those are limiting beliefs that are holding us back as people. And I want to help us this year, before we even go into 2025, I want to help us this year to eliminate those limiting beliefs. So what's one that you have? Feel free to share in the live video here. If you are joining me live, I appreciate it for joining. Thank you. If not, if you're joining after this post, feel free to share in the comments. I would love to know, how you overcame some things, or if you're struggling with some things now, maybe that's something we can talk about here on the live video and kind of go over that and share and see what we need to do. Also, too, because we're talking about limiting beliefs, one thing that I'm going to start doing a little bit more as well, I'm going to start sharing with you guys this journey, right? I don't just do these videos just for YouTube's sake, right? Like, I am a certified life coach, and so the videos and the content that I make on this channel is around personal development and spirituality. So if you've been following me for a while, I talk about the Bible, I talk about God, I talk about Jesus Christ, I talk about mindset, I talk about purpose, and I talk about money. I talk about finances. And so that's kind of what my channel is based about. My channel has 4 pillars: faith, purpose, mindset, and money. And I like talking about all of that. And the reason why I talk about mindset and purpose is because it correlates to personal development. I'm all about growing yourself. And for me, that's all I want to do every day. I want to get better every day to become the best version of myself that I can possibly be. And so in order for me to do that, I surround myself in knowledge every day. I want to learn something every day. I want to work on something about myself every day. I want to get better every day. Can I talk to people better? Can I be more kind? Can I be more loving? What can I do to learn? What can I do to help people? What can I do to use my gift more, right? So I talk about that, and I want to help people in that. I want to help you in that. If you're struggling with things in your life when it comes down to mindset, purpose, what am I here to do in my life? Same thing goes with spirituality. I am a licensed minister, and so being a licensed minister, I have been rooted in the Bible for quite some time, even especially through my youth, all the way up until now. And I'm not saying I'm an expert in the Bible. No one is. You know, we're constantly learning and allowing God to teach us. But God has equipped me in order to share his gospel and help his people. And so I want to help you by sharing with you the gospel. And for some folks, through my life coaching, they want both. They want to utilize biblical principles in order to grow personally, which I do that as well. And so one of the things that I'm going to be doing in 2025, and I'll be sharing it with you guys, is I'm going to go a little bit harder into the life coaching certification that I have and expertise that I have. And I'm going to start developing programs for you guys to use. If you want to go through life certification programs, if you want to go through a 4-week course or a 6-week course to uncover some things in your life, I'll be available to do these things, whether they be one-on-one coaching and consulting sessions, or whether they're group sessions. If you want to pull in your children or your spouse or whoever it is that you want to pull in, we'll be able to do that, right? We'll have some pricing packages. I'll have some pricing packages. And we'll be able to go through that one-on-one where we'll meet, you and I, and we'll uncover some things. My job as a life coach is to help you get and achieve the goals that you want for your life. My job is to coach you and develop things for you and help you get the things that you want out of life for yourself. That's my job. And in doing so, that's going to help aid you, at least give you the guidelines and the basis of how to live life now with principles that I have, you know, that I'll help you with, and some of the activities that I'll help you with that you can take. So one of those is limiting beliefs. This is why I'm doing a video on limiting beliefs, so that, you know, it helps you understand that some of these things that you're not doing in your life or that you want to do in your life, you are holding yourself back. It has nothing to do with anybody else, right? So yeah, just wanted to do that. So going forward, for the rest of the video, don't want to make it any longer than it needs to be if no one's joining or if no one has any questions. Wanted to also now open it up for Q&A. I know first thing was, you know, what is holding you guys back with limiting beliefs, and how did you overcome your limiting beliefs, if you have overcome them, and if not, just share if you have not, and maybe, again, I don't mind doing a video on it. But now I want to just open it up for just general have any questions that you would like to get answered. Feel free to share here. Feel free to share in the comment section. If you have a video that you'd like to see, you know, feel free to share that as well. Maybe I'll consider doing a video on it. Might go live again and do another live session on it and answer it live for you. I'm always willing to listen to what you guys want to see, because again, you subscribe to the channel based off of what I talk about and what I provide. And I want to be able to do that for you and take care of the people who take care of me. So feel free to do that and leave me that. And then also too, just so you're aware, I do have an email where you guys can also email me as well if you want those life coaching sessions, or if you want to sign up for a life coaching package. You can email me as well, or even if you just have a generalized question as well, you can also email me. It's going to be my name, JimmieJamSpeaks@gmail.com. That's the email. So it's JimmieJamSpeaks@gmail.com. That's where you can find me via email. I do answer questions there, and I do take inquiries there, and we go from there. Right? So I am a certified life coach. I am a licensed minister. I am a public speaker as well. If you need, or if you have an event, if you need me to speak, I do Zoom sessions where I speak via Zoom virtually, or whatever virtual medium that you need. And then I do in person, depending on where it's at and the price, you know, and of what it would take for me to get there to speak, I can do that as well. So feel free, man. My goal and my purpose that God placed me on this earth is to help people by using my gift. My gift is speaking. My gift is sharing knowledge. My gift is learning. That is a gift. If you didn't know, learning is a gift. Learning new things and sharing what you learn. Not everybody can do that, right? Like Michael Jordan is gifted skill-wise, but yet he struggles with correlating over what he's good at doing with people, because there's a lot more to it than just talking and telling somebody what to do. You got to have patience. You got to be able to break things down. You got to be able to do a whole bunch of other things, just other than just, oh, let me tell them what I know and then that way I'm teaching. No, it's a lot more to it than that. So I'm gifted in doing these things and teaching, learning, growing, developing myself. And so I'm going to use these gifts for the world. And hopefully, if you're along for this journey, which I appreciate if you are, if you're along for this journey, then it's going to be a good one. It's going to be a good one. So I appreciate y'all for joining here on the live session today. And again, I'm always here for any of you guys' questions, concerns, a little bit of Q&A. I'll probably go live again maybe tomorrow. I may go live again tomorrow just to see what it is that you guys have. And anytime I have anything on my mind, I usually would go live and just kind of share. But yeah, appreciate y'all for joining in today, man. And I pray nothing but blessings and peace over your life as you continue to walk with me on this Christian journey. And I'll talk to you next time.